Come at the king, you best not miss.
My people, my peeps, like what they say around the corner, my peeps. Listen, 1,000 pardons for the delay. I've been having internet issues all weekend. All weekend we've been having internet issues. Can't even get thumbnails generated. But listen, shout out to all of my people, all of my day ones and all of my stay ones. Hope everybody's doing great. Hope everybody is coming off of their weekend kind of flying high, right? I told you guys we had a completely different format and some different production taking place. We are going to be doing reactions to those of you who like things like those of you who would like me to react to certain things that you find interesting, certain things that may be a problem to the communities, just certain things, period. I don't care if it's a 15, 20, 30-minute clip. Notify me. You can email me at therealstacyprince@gmail.com. We're about to make sure that we get a mixture of everything that we need. I am starting to understand I don't think you guys understand the magnitude of how much information that we are downloading and what some of its purposes are. Right? You guys, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but are you aware that basically the Republican Party just bought TikTok, right? Basically, I'm just summing it up. Oracle is going to be in charge of I think the CEO or the head of Oracle is going to be in charge of the algorithm. We have to protect our minds. I try not to even get too far into politics because I have seen what it does to people. I saw a clip of this young brother who I've become a fan of. He seems to be fairly impartial, right? Listen to me. I just reached out to Anton Daniels. I saw a pretty interesting clip of his. And I was like, I respect that. I've been rocking with Anton Daniels' work for quite some minute. We pretty much do the same thing, except for, I think he is leaning more towards politics now and things like that. But when he started out with Lapeef Network and things like that, I want to show you guys who Anton Daniels is, the one that I'm familiar with.
So at the end of the day, y'all can say whatever y'all want. Y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know my family. Y'all don't know what we have going on. And that's it.
So why are you still talking about your family if we
Because I
don't?
can talk if
we
I
shouldn't
want.
care?
I can talk if I want.
Why are you still
That's
talking
why.
about your family
That's why. Because I can
if
talk
it's
if I
not
want.
important?
And what you gonna do
Because
about it?
you
You
don't
can't
because you
stop
don't got
me.
a leg to stand
You
on and your
can't
argument is
stop
weak.
me from talking. So I'm gonna keep talking.
You're right.
So what now? So what
Listen,
now?
listen.
What now?
This is the truth.
What now? What now? What
Instead of
now?
you
What now?
humbling
What now?
yourself
What now? What
and
now? What
real,
now? What now?
oh, it's coming out now.
What
It's
now?
coming out now. There she is, y'all.
What
Listen,
now?
this is why she's sitting here unmarried, talking about all of her experiences, everything that other people built for her, put herself in a position to where she dated this guy and she seen this, when in reality,
What's that?
there is no real life experiences to go along with it. That's the truth. Don't ever, fellas, don't ever subject yourself to this type of environment ever.
Okay, so that's what I remember him from. You know what I mean? He used to address some of the critical issues that are taking place in the community and things like that, right? Listen to me. This is crazy coincidental. Crazy coincidental. I reached out to Anton. Well, I've reached out to him probably a year ago. He responded. It was cool. But I reached out to Anton Daniels about, 10 days ago. I saw a clip of his. I was like, okay, I like the way he handled that. It was some dating issue, I think, yeah. Or something pertaining to a woman's behavior affecting the image of the black community. And I liked it, right? So I reached out to him and I said, listen, man, you know I dig your show, whatever. Next time you have a panel like this, man, reach out to me. I'd like to be up on the panel. Lo and behold, it's like the moment that I said that, I started getting flooded with information about Anton Daniels coming across my timeline the same week, right? And it kind of tripped me out because we're going to go ahead and jump on into it, people. Let's go ahead and jump into this clip. The brother that brought this to my attention, definitely much respect to him. I've been seeing a lot of his content as well, and I rock with it.
Anton Daniels and his loyal fan base, especially Anton Daniels and his loyal fan base, especially his black loyal fan base, would probably default to some kind of argument of Anton Daniel is not anti-black. He just holds black people accountable. Da-da-da. This is the excuse they hide behind. Okay, sure. But this is what you can't run from. If you lie about the realities of black people for the sake of making them look worse, you're a sellout. You're a grifter. You're lying. Why would you as a black person willfully lie about black people? And
shout out to Young Don up in this situation. This is where I got this content from. This brother's really been killing it. His page is Young Don Reacts. I'm telling you, I emailed Anton Daniels not 10 days ago about I think the clip that I saw might have been a month. I don't know, but I liked the way he handled it, right? So I reached out to him. Not 3 days later, that very same week, I started seeing content. See, because you have to understand, I haven't been up on Anton in quite some time. I've been doing a lot of things. Last I was up on Anton Daniels, they did the Lapeef Network, right? And they tackled a lot of dating issues, a lot of the things taking place in the community, things that need to be done better, things of that nature. You guys know I'm all about that. I'm all about improvement, right? But the things that were coming across my timeline, it was like a different, let's go, I'll show you.
so let's go ahead and take a look at this video and hear this white woman spout her racist bullshit and watch Anton agree with it and then watch me obliterate it. Let's go.
White people aren't racist if they avoid black people.
Huh?
If you go out of your way to avoid black people, you're not racist. Why would you want to be put in a predicament? You never.
Okay, come on. It might be going a little too far, right? That might be going a little too far. Me, myself, I don't want to live in a predominantly black neighborhood, but I don't go out of my way to avoid black people, right? But let's go.
know what's going to happen. You truly don't.
They said Lapeef is simping. Listen, I have been at a tune. LA for life in this situation, keeping us up to date on the latest info. Let's go.
You could look at.
Couldn't you say that about anybody, though? You could walk into a room with anybody of any race and you don't know what's going to happen. But why do black people have a, why are they treated special? Okay, let's see.
Them wrong and they get mad and loud and aggressive.
Wow.
So if avoiding black people for your own safety is racism now, well, then I guess I'm racist.
Listen, I don't know. People, listen, you guys know me. I'm very critical of the things that we're failing in. You think it's that bad with black people? You got to avoid black people? There are black people who walk around every day like this, right? It can't be that crazy, right? They said he's been simping.
I guess I care more about my well-being and my family and my life.
Wow.
So I'll take it. I guess I'll be racist if that's what it means. Because it means a million things. It means a million things.
Okay, like what?
I feel like we have enough to deal with in this world, let alone people that live in the cities can't even take public transportation. They can't even go into a gas station. They can't even go into a store.
Wow.
When I go to the city, I avoid certain gas stations. I know that that's the cracky gas station. I know that's the ghetto gerbs. I know it. You can just look at it and you know exactly what you're going to get when you go in there.
I'll give her that. There are areas, yeah, I mean, that's just legit. That's legit. There are areas that you just don't go to because you see people. It's, I don't want to say blacks, but you just say more or less, the less fortunate, the homeless, people like that hanging out at the gas station. So I don't think that's a black thing. That's a homeless thing. That's a poverty thing, right? Because the blacks who have money aren't the ones who's staying there. The Latinos who have money aren't the ones sitting there. It's just people sitting there waiting for somebody to come up in the liquor store so that they can bum some money off of them.
Yeah, and you know what? When I drive through Texas, if I ever have to drive through a small sundown town, I'm not stopping there either. And so I'm not telling this woman that she's wrong. Listen, I'm going to teach my children what it looks like when you're in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to teach my children that, look, when you go to certain low income, high crime communities, you better walk around. Well, you shouldn't be walking around there at all if you have no business being there. But if you find yourself there, you better keep your head on a swivel and don't stop at the gas station at night. Those are all legitimate things to consider. However, when you take that, you take the fact that that is a reality in a very, very, very tiny, small portion of the black.
Rico said, I think she's talking about ninjas, not black folk. Okay, so you got to say things like that though. You can't see, and that was my point. She said, I don't like driving around blacks, and if I avoid blacks, that does. Right, Jay-Z is black. See, the issue that I've always had with this type of talk is it makes you feel used because they are for their favorite boxer and things like that. That has always been a peeve of mine. You remember they told LeBron James just shut up and dribble. Yeah, I agree with what Rico said. And, for those of you who don't know, on this new rollout that we're doing, we get a lot of chats down there. So those of you who want your chat read out loud, attach it to a super chat. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $2. I don't care what if it's more or whatever. Attach it to a super chat if you want it read out loud. But let's go.
Community and then apply it to all black people. When, let's be honest, this bitch ain't going to no fucking black neighborhoods, bro. Let's get real for a second. I didn't grow up in the hood in America, but I am friends with some guys who did. And something I've heard one of my black American friends say, who comes from a lower income background, he said, you don't really see white people in the hood like that. The only time you see white people in the hood, especially white women, is when they're drug fiends or they're rebelling against their parents and they fetishize black gang culture and they want to be around dudes like that. Think about your bad babies. Think about your whoa Vickies or cops. That's really it. Or drug heads, crackheads, white crackheads. Then you'll see them in the hood. You really don't see white people in the hood. You definitely don't see white women that look like this in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And so she's making this up. She's making this up as if this is a part of her daily reality. But the statistics tell us a completely different story. And if this woman was to walk through life in a way where she was trying to avoid the greatest threat to her in regards to other groups of people or other demographics, do you know what group of men pose the greatest threat to white women? If you've been watching this channel for a while, you already know the answer to that one. White men. White women, their greatest danger on this planet in this country is the white man. White people in general, 8 out of 10 times when a white person is killed, they're killed by a white person. The grand majority of times when white women are sexually assaulted or murdered, they are killed by white men. These are just the facts. These are just statistics. This is just education. This is just sociology. This is not opinion. This is reality. And this guy, Anton Daniels, look at him looking at her like she's cooking right now.
I don't see anything wrong with anything that she's saying. And
Wow.
more importantly, I guess, if
Wow.
you think about it, I do the same thing. And respectful Black people do the same thing. And respectful Asians and Latino people that have a family to go home to.
No.
And things that they want to actually see in their lifetime and they want to live to tomorrow, because it's people that don't have anything to live for. And because we know that if you go into ghetto spaces inside of liberal cities, that it's a possibility that it can go left and it can go up. And for white people, it's even worse because they see y'all as food, because now y'all have been made the enemy. And the post.
Okay, listen, I'm going to disagree with that. Black people aren't typically racist. They're just not. Black people are typically not racist. The bad behavior that you see out of black people is dysfunction. We're typically not racist. That's why I don't know if it was a study, so I don't want to repeat it. But I know that there were white women online teaching their children, if you get lost and I'm not around and you legit get lost, go find the nearest black man. Black people aren't racist. I'm not saying there are no racist black people, but I would venture to say that the black people who are racist are racist from a point of reaction. Something was done to them or something. Black people, we're just not like that. We don't come out like, I hate. I think black people's biggest problem is being too forgiving, to be honest. It's how we get abused a lot. I don't think black people are racist. Now, I don't know. I don't think that there's anybody who thinks that. We've not really seen any mass examples of that. Like, racism is not liking somebody because of their color. Black people don't just not like black people are some of the easiest to get along. Like, you know, one thing that I hate? I don't have it. But, what's the boy's name? Neo. Well, they had clips of him being very racist in the beginning. I don't know, maybe last year of his podcast days. And black people say things like, even Justin Bieber, when Justin Bieber was saying the N-word and things like that. Black people just forgive to an extent of vulnerability sometimes, right? So I don't think that black people. Yeah, listen, King Element said we welcome and we forget. Like, black people aren't racist like that. With those the black people who aren't safe to be around are dysfunctional black people, right? And you have that in every community. But let's go.
Child for the enemy of America has now become the heterosexual white man, and I've always said that.
Well,
yeah, this what is up with Anton? I know he's not taking this path to success. I used to really rock with Anton. Not to say I don't, but
women are sexually assaulted or murdered. They are killed by white men. These are just the facts. These are just statistics. This is just education. This is just sociology. This is not opinion. This is reality. And this guy, Anton Daniels, look at him looking at her like she's cooking right now.
I don't see anything wrong with anything that she's saying. And
Wow.
more importantly, I guess, if
Wow.
you think about it, I do the same thing. And respectful black people do the same thing. And respectful Asians and Latino people that have a family to go home to.
No.
And things that they want to actually see in their lifetime and they want to live to tomorrow, because it's people that don't have anything to live for. And because we know that if you go into ghetto spaces inside of liberal cities, that it's a possibility that it can go left and it can go up. And for white people, it's even worse because they see y'all as food, because now y'all have been made the enemy. And the poster child for the enemy of America has now become the heterosexual white man, and I've always said that.
Well, again, white men pose the greatest risk to white people and white women especially, and so it makes sense that they would be the poster child of violence for white people at the very least. Yeah, if you're a black person, if you get murked, more than likely, statistically, it's going to be by a black person. That's the reality of it. But let's not forget that less than 1% of the entire black population is in prison right now, and almost half of them are in there for violent crimes. Furthermore, the grand majority of those crimes are happening in gang-infested, low-income neighborhoods, somewhere where white people typically don't operate. If 8 out of 10 white victims of murder are killed by white men, what rationalization is there for you as a white person to be afraid of black people, to just use this broad brush and say black people are dangerous? She's talking about wanting to make it home safely, yet she gets in a car every day to go wherever she's going. She has a greater chance of dying in a car accident than being killed by a black person. Is she going to stop driving in cars now? Of course not. Because she's just racist. That's all she is. And Anton Daniels, he's co-signing it because he's a raccoon. Now, that's video number one. We don't need to hear him rationalize this bullshit any further. He's already co-signed this statement, which I've already debunked with viciousness. Now, let's take a deeper dive and really explore Anton's anti-black woman ideology. This man hates black women. If we search the term black women on Anton's channel, let's see what we see. Black men that date white women are weak. Woman says she's tired of black women's race baiting hate. White girl says she's tired of black women race baiting, saying black men weak for talking to them. Right, so black women, they're race baiters. Black woman says they are #1 for herpes. It's an emergency to get their health in order. Black woman says she is tired of being nice to black men, don't want to speak in the grocery stores.
Okay, you guys know my channel. This is where I can identify with Anton. I don't know all of those titles. I don't know how many of them were legit. I don't know, but I do know that we have a 9 out of 10 scale problem with African-American women's behavior. Of course, that doesn't mean all African-American women, but I don't know what specific thing Anton has said. I don't know, but you guys know me. I'm all about correction. I'm all about accountability. And they calling him Cunhas. Like, Anton really went out like... You know, this is real unfortunate. I'm going to dig into it more. This is really unfortunate, man, because, listen, your soul is not worth all of this. It's not. It's not. But, let's go. Let's see what they're talking about.
Black women are overwhelmed with herpes. Wow, really beating that drum, huh? Woman says no one is coming to save you, talk black men. Now, from the first video, we already know Anton is an anti-black just sellout, right? But he does lean more towards bashing black women because he started off more as like a red pill financial
This is what I remember.
Guru grifter. And so
this is what I remember. I remember Anton, I wouldn't call him red pill. I just thought that accountability towards African-American women's behavior, having so many children without fathers being attached to him. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he did promote success, financial success. Yeah, I thought he was overall good. There was some times that I saw, there's a girl on his show, K.A., that I used to think they used to give K a hard time for no reason. Like, I think that they used to literally give her a hard time and make her seem like the angry black woman for no reason. And, I could just see it in my personal opinion. She's sweet, you know what I mean? But it seems like they would push her until she would say something like, you guys are coming at me. And when she say, you guys are coming at me, they'll say, there goes the angry black woman. Right? And I think I typed something a couple of times. But this was probably 3 or 4 years ago when I used to watch the Lapeef Network, right? But let's go.
He's attracted a large black male audience. He blew up doing like a dozen interviews with Charleston White. The grand majority of his content within the last 3 to 4 years have been focused on bashing black women.
I'll say this. This brother, what's his name? Jeez. I'm gonna get familiar with him because I like his content. Young Don reacts. I don't know what his background is. I don't know. But I will say this. I don't know. I haven't watched Anton in a long time. So the word bashing is a bit extreme. I do know that African-American women's behavior is out of pocket on a terrorist level. You know what I mean? So I don't know what this brother's background is, where he's from, or why he doesn't see it, or why he's not I don't know. But let's go.
Can just go through his catalog and see for yourself. It's terrible, man. And so not only is he bashing black women, though, he does it in such a way as to try and turn black men against black women. His content appeals to other black men who also hate black women. And so even if there is any amount of truth to the things that he's saying, because again, the best lies have a little bit of truth woven into it. I'm not going to pretend as if there isn't anything true about anything he says about.
I like this young brother. I like impartial people. I like impartial people who can crazy. So Anton kind of changing. Anton Daniels let Fleece Johnson flirt with him during the interview. Isn't Anton married? Who's Fleece Johnson? Whoa, this a dude. Hey, y'all tripping down there. Yay. Hey, y'all tripping down there. Yeah, I think I like this new segment of the show. Let's go. Hey, as Kenny said, brace yourself. Listen, that one right there was ugly. We gotta. Jeez. But let's go.
Black women he's criticizing. The reality is the grand majority of black women are good, decent, kind, sweet people.
No! Turbulence people.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
I'm going to have to do more research on young Don because I like him. I like his show. Like I said, he seems to be impartial, but we're not going to go that far. No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that.
Black women, because he started off more as like a red pill financial guru grifter, and so he's attracted a large black male audience. He blew up doing through his catalog and see for yourself. It's terrible, man. And so not only is he bashing black women, though, he does it in such a way as to try and turn black men against black women. His content appeals to other black men who also hate black women. And so even if there is any amount of truth to the things that he's saying, because again, the best lies have a little bit of truth woven into it. I'm not going to pretend as if there isn't anything true about anything he says about the black women he's criticizing. The reality is the grand majority of black women are good, decent, kind, sweet people. But
the reason that I'll say that that's not true, it's not because originally black women weren't good, kind, decent people. Black women saturated their souls with this manufactured version of what they call black culture. They swallowed the Nicki Minaj. They swallowed the Glorilla. They swallowed the Cardi B. They downloaded all of the worst aspects of what a woman could turn into their DNA, into their souls, right? They downloaded the feminism movement. They downloaded the sexual liberation. 70% of them have multiple children by multiple different men. I will highly disagree. I would say really, he says majority are good, decent, kind people. I'd say that there's only about 20% of those in the African American community. Even the ones who did, look at Jasmine Crockett. Listen. When our women even make it into high positions, they still resemble niggas because it's a culture that he's taken, that they have taken on. I get where this brother is trying to come from, but black women have attached themselves to something that is very, very unsavory. That's why they can't get married. Now, listen, men aren't running around saying to themselves, I want to find a group of amazing women to pick on, even though I'm a single bachelor and I'm looking for love right now. I want to find an amazing batch of women, lie on them so I can avoid love. No, nobody's selecting African American women. They've been ranked the most undesirable group of women on the planet today. Listen, you guys know, like I believe myself to be one of the most impartial men in this space because I don't desire to be right. I desire to do the work, apply the bar of logic, statistics, historical data to it, and see what that tells us. But black women are completely out of pocket. They're out of pocket on a level that, to be honest, can only be associated with demonic. This has to be a spiritual thing taking place with African American women. Because I don't believe that a rational person could just will themselves to misbehave to the degree that African American women are misbehaving. Now, you guys know we got clips, we can back this up. I want to keep it on this show, but it's regular. It's regular. I will say this. Let me say it right. I'll say this. I'll say the women who are giving us the most problems are women who come from major cities with high output poverty levels. Those who grew up in high output poverty levels. I will say that regular African American women who get up and go to work every day, they're not as bad as those ratchet. I think the ratchet ghetto chicks are giving all black women a bad rap, and I don't think, I'm gonna have to think on this some more, but I do know that there is a man-made culture that African American women have taken on, and it's destroying them. Like, again, we have the family judge in Atlanta who got arrested at a nightclub for trying to fight police officers while she was drunk. What is it? Tiffany Hadden, Tiffany Hart, whatever, the mayor. She was the mayor of Dalton, Illinois. Jasmine, I mean, these people, listen, these people are niggas. Seriously. It's bad. But let's go.
Watch Anton's channel, you would swear that black women are just the spawn of Satan, bro. Black women says they are the most educated, just like to be ghetto, fake lashes, and wear bonnets. What the fuck is wrong with bonnets and fake lashes? Do you know that white women wear these?
Come on, brother. I rock with you, but we're not rocking with that. See, we are a brand. White people are a brand. Asian people are a brand, right? I think this brother, like, I'm probably going to end up connecting with him. He's a good brother, but I wonder why he doesn't know all of this. How old is this? Yeah, I wonder why he doesn't know all of this. It makes a brand look bad. Even the comedian Monique said something about it. Like, listen, you don't see professionals and people with dignity and self-respect walking around in public with bonnets on. The long eyelashes. That is not a depiction of a wife. That is not people are scared of these people when they see them. The looks that he's describing, people are scared of those people. The long lace fronts and hair weaves, the long eyelashes, the Freddy Krueger fingernails, we know those are niggas. Anybody who's dressed like that, that is a nigga. You guys know that I don't often use the phrase all, but I'll say pretty much all. You probably can't see one black woman who has the long fingernails, wears the lace fronts and the matted up hair weave, the long eyelashes, right? And the beat your face makeup. You probably can't find one of those in America who's not deep down to the core a nigga. What I mean when I say nigga, we'll set it off. If you get up under their skin a little bit, we'll set it off. She probably talks like, period. I said what I said. And did. This is what I'm telling you. Let's go.
Things too. White women wear fake eyelashes. They wear weave. Although white women, they call them hair extensions. I mean, just look. Check it out on Amazon. Believe it or not, a lot of white women you see walking around are walking around with weave in their head. Again.
Okay, now while I get where he's trying to go, I like this brother because he's really trying to be impartial. Here's the difference with that. You know, when my cousin, he loves light-skinned women. I'm not going to lie. But he made a very valid point. Listen, shout out to my boy Skinny in this situation, rocking with us. Supporting the show. My bro Skinny said, look at how many black women look up to Cardi B. That's a fact. That speaks volumes by itself. Listen, do you know how many black women were supporting the clip that we put up, talking in as it pertains to the woman who took an infant, not baby, an infant, to a Chris Brown concert? There was nothing but overwhelming support in those comments. So that alone tells you the mentality of them, right? It tells you the mentality of them. While I do respect that this brother is trying to While I respect this brother's desire to be very impartial, my cousin, he likes light-skinned women. And we were talking, it just came up one day, and he was talking about this. I want everybody to be impartial and think about this. There kind of is a difference with white women wearing hair weave than black women. A lot of black women wear it, and when we see them wear it, it's like a signature that either they can't grow their hair right or they don't have hair. When we see white women wearing it, we know that that's not the case. We know that there's a high likelihood she could pull those extensions out and she's still going to have that long hair that men like. Right? And it's the same with how my cousin said about light-skinned, we call them red bone African-American women. When you see them with hair extensions in, you know it's probably not a situation where they're bald, right? I think that's the issue that a lot of us have with the hair weave and things like that. Like up underneath, there's a problem up underneath. African-American women have done so much damage to themselves. They have put so many toxins in themselves to where they're not growing hair like they used to be able to. My mom's hair goes down to her back, and that's just amazing to us, right? So the truth of the matter is, there's a difference. And then when you add white women into this conversation, white women can get away with doing the exact same things that African-American women do. You know why? Because they come pre-installed with something that causes men to overlook their cons. Femininity. Yep. You can get away with a lot. You can get, if you're feminine, and you say yes instead of yeah, things like that. If you're considerate, cooperative, things like that, you can get away with being a little bit overweight. You can get away with not being that attractive. I'm talking about any race. Black women too. If you're feminine, See, and that's why when people compare white women, well, white women do this and that too. Yeah, but they come pre-installed with a component, a very, very valuable component in the eyes of men that you don't have, that prevents you from being able to get away with what they can get away with. Do you know what it's like to have someone catering to you? Have someone being nice for no reason. They're not even being nice. It's just who they are. Now, I will go as far as to say this. The reason that white women do have that, white women, Asian women, the reason that women of other races do have that in them, they didn't go through what African-American women went through. What African-American women brought it upon themselves. When they decided to go out there and join the feminism movement, when they decided to go out there, the sexual liberation and all those things, they start dropping kids like left and right. Then they started having to take on mommy and daddy duties. Vizio. Yeah, listen. They made decisions that will turn just about any person hard. They did this. They're still doing it. They're still doing it. We're talking about 80 years later, they're still doing it. Now, these are decisions. The reason I don't call it white girl behavior, I don't call it Pacific Islander behavior, I don't call it Asian girl behavior. It is simply what you see that you like in all of those women, minimal levels of dysfunction and breakage. They were usually raised in the house with their father. They were usually raised around structure. They didn't endure lack of essential necessities. They grew up and their reading and comprehension skills, their cognitive abilities, right, their problem-solving abilities, all of their developmental stages got to develop without being interrupted by poverty or lack of necessities, things like that. So they turned into what most of us will turn into if we're allowed to develop unhindered, uninterrupted by harsh times and poverty. That's what that behavior is. It's not a black woman behavior or a white woman behavior. If you grow up correctly, you'll usually be a decent person. But let's go.
And they just call them hair extensions. See, this one has 23,000 reviews. But if you search for black weave, check this out. The weave with the most reviews on Amazon only has 3,200. And so white women are buying more weave on Amazon than black women. Now you,
but they don't have to. White women, listen, I think that that's probably one of the easy top two most attractive components about white women. It's going to be the hair. Men are attracted to the hair. It's that simple. Men are attracted to the hair. You know what? We might as well. Listen, shout out to John for sending us the big 25 bar cash app. My bro, I appreciate you. We're going to go ahead and fire up the TikTok. Let's see what TikTok has to say about this. I want you guys to let me know if you like our new rollout. How we're going to be reacting to content like this. Let me know if you agree, disagree, thumbs up, thumbs down. Shout out to Skinny over here keeping us going. Yeah.
Say black women, this isn't where black women like to get their weave, and that's probably true. But the point I'm making is white women wear fake hair. They wear whatever the fuck, eye extensions, eyelashes.
I think what people don't understand, because he's not making a bad point. I think he's probably not from he can't be from the streets. That's a good thing though, but I don't know. It's like it's almost like it's got to be from, I don't know, because even in Canada, you would know white people are having these conversations about African American women. YouTube, let's get these likes up. We have double the amount of viewership in here right now that we have the likes. All you have to do is hit that thumbs up button, right? All you have to do is hit that thumbs up button. Let's go. Let's get those likes up, people, on YouTube. Listen, you guys got to understand. When you say, but white girls do that too, I just don't think that people really understand how very, very powerful it is to give a man his way. And that is the behavior that Asian women come with, white women come with. You guys have been taught that it's a bad thing to give a man his way. For those of you who don't know how to be submissive, you don't know what the elements are comprised of. You don't know if there's 9 elements, you don't know what they are. Learn how to be okay giving a man his way. Because here's the crazy part. It's factory default that men give you guys your way. We pay for the first date without even knowing you. We're opening doors, sending cash apps. You guys have just been programmed and trained to not be good people. Give me, give me, give me. I'm not giving anything. Give me, give me, give me. And that's crazy. It's why we treat you like bust downs.
Bang, 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 bang. Daddy, bang. Bang, 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 bang. Daddy, bang.
Some of you receive certain treatments and you say men ain't shit. It's not that men ain't shit. You guys have been programmed to treat men like something that is disposable. That get what, like ATMs, that get what you can out of them and discard of them. Listen, did you know that men don't mind being used? Hell, we've been doing it since the beginning of time. You think we don't know we get used? You're supposed to defend the household. You're supposed to be the provider. You're supposed to be the protector. You're called upon to lose your life for me in the event that it's necessary. We get used, but it makes it easier for us to deal with if you're nice, if you're considerate, if you are a cooperative person, if you're feminine, if you're fit, if just being around you gives me some type of joy. Let's call it what it is. If just being around you makes me feel good, you think that we don't know you use us? We willingly walk into it when we don't know your last name. When we meet you on a dating site, we start investing money on day one. $200, $300. But it feels a little bit better when I can go home and say her personality was all that. Because some of that rubs off on us. It's just the energy transfer. It's an energy transfer. You know who the women are who are the most single today? Women who either weren't taught or simply don't know that men like to be made to feel good too. When is the last time you complimented a man's outfit for no reason, even if you really didn't like it? Of course, it should be clean, but even if it wasn't put together well, clean outfit. When is the last time you complimented a man for no reason at all? See, you guys weren't raised right. Look, this woman down here says You can't even protect yourself. That's what we're talking about. That's not even I don't think that's African American woman. You guys are just mean. Miss Gina, can you tell me how your day is going? Going once, going twice. You guys are just mean. It's astounding to us that oh, you guys saw it the other day. You guys saw it. You saw the clip where I had Crown up here. And I had to convince her it's okay to smile at people or be nice to people. That was a real conversation. I didn't pay her or anything. That was a real conversation. And it's why you guys get what you get. Because I don't care how fine you are. If you don't possess those qualities, to know how to make a man feel good, to know how to speak positive about a man, to be encouraging to a man, to be supportive to a man, you will get blown out of the water by an average-looking woman who's feminine, nice, and cooperative. You will get blown out of the water, and he will leave you for her. He will definitely leave you for her. Why do you think you hear women all of the time complaining about a man left? And she didn't even look better than me. She did on the inside. She did on the inside. Listen, those of you who, we get too many comments to read down there. If you want your comment read on YouTube, attach it to a super chat. I don't care if it's $1, $2, whatever. She says, I have zero, or we have zero to offer anyone. She didn't speak when she came up. I bet any amount of money she would say she was a Christian. Right? And I want to say this to all of you guys. Women who talk like that, we know why they talk like that. Right? It's the experiences that they have had. Women like this have had them panties pulled down.
Bang, 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 daddy, bang.
Immediately followed by the infamous belt buckle jingle. For those of you who don't know what the infamous belt buckle jingle is, it is when a man is on top of you, and because he has already predetermined that you are a lower value woman, the moment that he shoots his wad off in your belly button, the first thing that you hear is that man reaching for his pants, signaling his exit, because he can find no other value in sticking around you. That's why women like this have this type of energy. We know, listen, it may sound funny, Prince is kind of crazy sometimes. The reason that we know that what I'm saying is true, people don't have this type of energy from experiencing an overwhelming plethora of amazing experiences, right? That's not where that comes from. That comes from bad, dark, negative experiences. Now, we have to get to the point of why are you experiencing so many dark, negative, bad experiences? Could it have anything to do with you? Miss Gina, you know what? We're going to go ahead and you're the focus of someone's life right now. You can carry my bags, but that's about all you can do for me. Miss Gina, sweetie, you don't even realize this is the hottest show online. You know why this is the hottest show online? Because we get to it up here. There's a lot of information that we have up here. We know you can carry my bags, but that's about all you can do for me. We know where this behavior of yours came from, Miss Gina.
Bang, 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 daddy, bang.
You don't understand that. And you can't dispute anything that I'm saying based on logic, statistics, or historical data or facts. We know you didn't get like this through a plethora of pleasant experiences with men. Now we have to ask ourselves, Miss Gina, why haven't you had many pleasant experiences with men? And if you lie and say that you have, then what type of woman has very pleasant experiences with men but seeks to be a negative person about men? You see why this is the hottest show online, Miss Gina? Huh? Do you see? Do you see?
Dead man.
Do you see now, Miss Gina?
Dead man walking.
We make a little bit too much sense up here.
Welcome to Death Row.
Come up here. Let me carry your bags. Let me carry your bags, Miss Gina. See, I want all of you ladies, true Hebrew, up in this situation. I want all of you ladies to understand. There is none of you down there. None. There are no women down on any of these platforms that we are on right now who have a lot of bad things to say about men and haven't experienced a lot of bad, negative, unpleasant experiences with men. Now we have to ask ourselves, if you have experienced bad, nasty, and unpleasant experiences with 10 men out of 20, why are so many people giving you the same reaction? Could it be you? Could it be? Right. Could it be you? I don't know, guys. I might quit and take up and go out and get me a record deal, right? See, ma'am, you're going to get some healing up here. You're going to get this work. You're going to get some healing up here one way or another. Ladies, there's no way that you have a lot of bad things to say about men and you haven't had a lot of bad experiences with men. And if you can concede that you've had a lot of bad experiences with men, we must concede that you are part of the problem, that you, maybe not 100%, but you must be part of the problem that you keep having bad experiences with men. Come on up here, Miss Gina. Sit in my chair. Sit in my chair.
Asian women do it. Hispanic women wear false lashes. White women get their nails done. They put on fake nails. They do it all too. But it doesn't stop there. White women get fake tits and fake ass to have a body that is more common amongst black women. They paint their skin to be darker. That's fake. They're artificially augmenting their body in a way to make them look more like people of a different race, yet they're not demonized for it.
They're not demonized for it because they're not carrying demon-like behavior. Imagine this. Imagine everything that he said is true. White women wear hair weave too. White women are wearing the lashes too. White women are also getting the BBLs. See, but like the late, great Kevin Samuel said, the software is different. The software is different. Do you know what it feels like to a man for someone to say, "Yes, baby," to him? Do you have any clue? You don't, do you? Yes, baby. Ooh, Mufasa. I said this in a previous clip. You will give us what we want. There are no options. Because if you don't give us what we want, we will get it from elsewhere. And while we're getting it from elsewhere, you will continue to age. And as you continue to age, your dating value begins to drop. And then when you finally figure it out, you're tired of being by yourself, and you're ready to give men what they want, that deal, that plea bargain will be off of the table because you will have aged out. What we call the DRA, the dating retirement age. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. I'm not saying this to be harsh to women. I'm saying this to give you some understanding. When deals are made, they're made based upon the premise of leverage. Who has the most leverage? We have all the leverage. We have all of the leverage in the dating game. All of it. You have the leverage as it pertains to who's allowed to have sex. But as it pertains to the serious matters of life, we have all of the leverage. There are 3 million more women in America than there are men. African American men have been ranked the most desirable group of men on the entire planet, so that makes it even worse. In the black community alone, there's around 2.5 million more women than there are men. We can't avoid having it our way. We can't avoid it if we try to. We are going to continue bumping into you guys. Finding out she's not the one, she's not the one, she's not the one, until we bump into the one that we're going to keep. By the time that game is all said and done and played out, there will be millions of you on the sidelines with no protector during the worst times of human American history, you having to deal with it by yourself. Listen, you have no leverage. We can date outside of our race, you can't. I'm not saying this to get anybody upset. I'm not doing that at all. I'm trying to give you guys information that will prompt you to start moving in a more logical way. I'm going to say this again. Do you guys have any clue what it does to a man when a woman says, "Yes, baby"? But you think you a punk ass nigga because you say that. You think he ain't finna be punking me. Dude, this couldn't be more backwards. This couldn't be more backwards. So if that makes you feel like a punk, what does dying alone make you feel like? Raheem in this situation. I'm going to say as it pertains to African American women, you automatically have first dibs on the men who have been voted the most desirable group of men on the planet to date. And yet, you don't qualify for them. Crazy work. Crazy work. And in the midst of this exchange that is taking place, that is determining that you don't qualify, those very same men are on a daily basis bumping into women who overqualify. Yes, baby. Women who their personalities just make a tired man feel good. But let's go.
If a black woman puts in a little bit of weave, if she does a little work on her body, if she wears false eyelashes, if she wears fake nails, for some reason, she's demonized for it. She's called ghetto and ratchet. And it's really just the hatred of black women that fuels that. They don't want black women to be beautiful. They don't want black women to be pretty.
If that's the case, then why are black men in great numbers telling black women to stop wearing that stuff? It's not beautiful. If it doesn't look like it could humanly be realistic, you have eyelashes hanging out to here, that's not beautiful. You look pretty stupid, to be honest. You have a woman from a completely different race, hair stitched in your head. Now, the irony behind that alone is weird to us. It doesn't compute to the brain when we see it. You know how weird it would be for us to see a white woman walking down the street with a black afro? It's weird. Our mind encounters this, and our mind tells us that this isn't logical. Black woman, Asian hair. And I'm going to say this. I've always told you guys, looks are attached to personalities. Certain looks, almost guaranteed, come with a programmed personality. You show me a woman who has all of that hair weave matted in her hair, who has all of that long fingernails, who has her face beat up in makeup, who has those long eyelashes, who wears revealing clothes, and who has a BBL. Let's take the BBL away. You show me somebody like that who doesn't have a high body count. You show me somebody like that who isn't almost a trash human being. So that's the thing. We all know ourselves better than anybody knows us. We all do. So when the essence of who I am, and I'm a dysfunctional person, when the essence of who I am tells me, hey, dress this way, I'm being prompted to dress a certain way by dysfunction. Now, what is dysfunction going to look like visually? It's going to look like dysfunction. It's not going to look like someone you picked up at church. It's not going to look like somebody you met at a soup kitchen doing charity for the homeless. It's going to look like dysfunction. It's going to look like a nigga.
Way that white women beautify themselves by fucking doing all this shit that girls do. It reminds me of that video we did where we reacted to Antonio and we talked about how it's only ghetto until white people do it, right? Megan Good, she wears a tank top back in the early 2000s. I'm sure if Anton saw a woman that looked like this, he would say she's ghetto and ratchet. But then Kylie Jenner, she is exalted as an innovator in fashion when she wears the exact same outfit, you know what I'm saying, 15 years later. They have no problem.
Hey, listen, LA for Life said white women are 403s. That may be true. And they can afford to be that as long as they're super feminine. Boy, it's hard to get around that feminine behavior. That feminine behavior will make a man marry a woman that he knows is a 403. That soft voice, that cooperative catering mentality. But just like we can't say all black women are ratchet ghetto, of course, that's not all white women are 403s, right? But let's say that all white women are 403s. It makes it a little bit better with that feminine fit behavior. Do you know African American women, studies show African American women are the most obese group of women anywhere. So I'd rather have a 403 who was fit and feminine than a 403 who was obese, ghetto, and ratchet. I think everyone would. I know everyone would. Just like you guys do when you're voting for politicians, you pick the better of two evils. And let's don't take Asian women out of that. Pacific Islanders, Latino women. It's not just black or white. There's a plethora to pick from. Oh my gosh. LA for life tripping down here.
Problem with the actual thing that is being done. The problem is with the person. And the person is a black woman. That's the problem. But what happens if we type white women into the search bar? White woman says black men freely spend money on them and do the nastiest things white guys don't do. Now, I have plenty of white friends. I highly doubt that. White dudes, they'll put it in their butts. They'll go down, eat that box. And look, I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? If you're into that, however you get down with your chick, that's how you get down with your chick. I don't get down like that personally. I'm just saying this, whatever narrative this guy's about to try and push, like black men are freakier with white women. But regardless of what the reality is where that is concerned, the main point here is he's trying to paint a picture that the white woman is so glorious and so amazing that they're able to draw out this different side of black men where they're willing to go places sexually that they just can't.
It is. You take a starved dog and you throw a steak close to it, not close enough for it to get it. Do you know how it's going to respond? African American men are starved and deprived of femininity and fitness. They are starved of it. Is there anybody who disagrees with that? Anybody disagree with that? Is there anybody who disagrees? Give me a thumbs up if African American men are neglected of fit, feminine women. Give me a thumbs down if I'm wrong. Look. So it will bring out a different side in black men. I don't know about all the freaky things because I don't know black men to be that freaky. Black men usually just going to smash something and things like that, right? But listen, that thing that this brother is neglecting, it's a very powerful thing. He's talking about feminine behavior. Listen, that thing is very, very valuable. It is very valuable. It could get rings put on fingers. It's very valuable. Listen, I want to ask all the men. I want to ask all of the men on all of the platforms, on a scale of 1 to 10, how valuable is being fit and feminine to a man? How valuable is a woman being fit and feminine to a man on a scale of 1 to 10? I want to see. What? The brother said 6 and 7. 8, 7. What? What? I'm almost, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 9. Yeah, I agree. Like, that's the whole makeup of a woman. It can't be a 5 or a 6 or a 7. Yeah, look, my YouTube know what it is. 10, 8, 10. It's the embodiment of a woman being fit and feminine. It is okay, I'll put it this way. Remove those two components and see what you have left. Is what I'm saying. Remove those two components from any woman and see if you have a pleasant, peaceful life. Shout out to Cassandra in this situation supporting the TikTok. Nah, Anthony, I associate that with feminine. He said, don't forget friendly. I associate that with feminine. You tell me what a feminine woman who's not friendly would look like. She wouldn't be feminine. Yeah, my YouTube know what's going on. Shout out to Miss Cassandra over here supporting the show on TikTok. Our girl. Yeah, listen, YouTube got it together. YouTube got it together for real. Listen. 10, 8, 10, 10, 9, 10, 9. Hey, listen, there shouldn't be one person that says 7. You remove femininity from a woman, you don't have a woman. Why do you think the world is complaining about black women? That should be like a 9 or a 10. Shout out to Fahim. There's your YouTube page is on point. I appreciate it. Shout out to my bro ZF up in this situation. My bro for real. Listen, people, ZF been rocking with me for some years now. You understand me? Real. Okay, my people on TikTok, yeah. Man, listen, you remove femininity from a woman, you probably have a monster. You be like, babe, what? What, nigga? Shout out to Van Marie in this situation for supporting the show with the TikTok on the YouTube. I appreciate the super chat. Listen, people, we have so many things going on. Those of you on YouTube, any of the content that you really rock with, you can go right down in the comments and there will be a star in the comments. You could press that star and you can support the show. Listen, we got crazy rollouts coming. Like, nobody's going to be able to touch this show. Nobody's going to be able to touch this show. And if they can compete, that just means they have a damn hot show, right? We're rolling out everything that we've been needing to implement in the show. We had to do a lot of you don't see a lot of our videos on YouTube anymore. It's because we're completely revamping the page. We're going to go ahead and give the people what they want. We need you guys to continue supporting the show so that we can continue doing this. The goal is to have a show that is so hot, people's lives are changed. You can't come up here. You can't listen to this show for 5 minutes and not tell us that you don't already get the gist, that this show is based around the premise of helping people's dating lives, their lifestyles. We're really good at that stuff. We're really good at it. We're about to roll out a course. Listen, this course that we're about to roll out, there's one for the men and there's one for the women. It's so hot, I went through it twice. It's so hot, I went through it twice. I keep telling you guys, the research that it takes to keep the show going changes my life every day. Every day. Every single day. New information, new exercises, new practices. It's what makes us better human beings. And I think, this is bad to say, but I think the significant portion of us don't realize that our top priority is elevating every day, becoming smarter, becoming a better, more decent human being, becoming a better woman, becoming a more feminine woman, losing that weight. Listen, you will never get the best out of a man. Now, ladies who are in their late 50s and things like that, you can lose the weight, but I think it's not as expected of you, which is why I think men typically tend to date younger women when they hit their 50s, because that is very important to us. You don't have to be skinny. You don't have to be Baywatch. But listen, I want to say this. Turbulence, people. For those of you who don't know, when you hear that, we're probably about to rock the boat a little bit. Men don't like fat. It's not visually appealing to us. It's very simple. That's the benefit that you guys get out of this show. I tell you what everybody else won't tell you. See, when you guys go to the gym, and you know what? It's almost over. When you guys go to the gym, you get pushed hard, but you don't like to be pushed hard in real life. You don't like to hear the unpleasant things in real life. You don't like the make or break concept in real life. You don't like the no pain, no gain in real life, but you accept it in the gym or somewhere like that. No, you have to hear these harsh things. If you don't hear these harsh things, you will continue on in mediocrity. As for the men as well.
Seem to find the desire to do that with black women. White women are chasing down black men for marriage. Again, pushing this rhetoric where he's trying to encourage black men to turn away from black women and pursue women of another race. Here he's defending a white woman that was called racist because she says she doesn't want black kids and prefers a white man. And I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with a white woman having that position, but it's the fact that this is all he does when he talks about white women. He never defends black women. He only defends white women. He attacks black women. He never attacks white women. Now,
I want to go back here. I want to go back here really quick.
huh?
If you go out of your way to avoid black people, you're not racist. Why would you want to be put in a predicament? You never know what's going to happen. You truly don't. You could look at...
Couldn't you say that about anybody, though? You could walk into a room with anybody of any race and you don't know what's going to happen. But why do black people have a, why are they treated special? Okay, let's see.
them wrong and they get mad and loud and aggressive.
Wow.
So if avoiding black people for your own safety is racism now, well, then I guess I'm racist. I guess I care more about my well-being and my family and my life.
Wow.
So I'll take it. I guess I'll be racist if that's what it means, because it means a million things. It means a million things.
Okay, like what?
I feel like we have enough to deal with in this world, let alone people that live in the cities can't even take public transportation. They can't even go into a gas station. They can't even go into a store.
Wow.
When I go to the city, I avoid certain gas stations. I know that that's the cracky gas station. I know that's the ghetto gerbs. I know it. You can just look at it and you know exactly what you're going to get when you go in there.
Yeah. And
they said, what's the topic of today's show? The topic of today's show is the brothers accusing Anton Daniels of being a sellout.
you know what? When I drive through Texas, if I ever have to drive through a small sundown town, I'm not stopping there either. And so I'm not telling this woman that she's wrong. Listen, I'm going to teach my children what it looks like when you're in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to teach my children that, look, when you go to certain low income, high crime communities, you better walk around. Well, you shouldn't be walking around there at all if you have no business being there. But if you find yourself there, you better keep your head on a swivel.
People, we are $45 away from our nightly show goal. We are $45 away. We need 9 people with $5 to drop a super chat or a cash app or something. You guys know that this is the hottest show online. Show love and show support to the show if you could benefit from the show. Show love and support for the show. Goddess Moonchild said, you can tell the hood. You can tell the hood. Most psychopaths stay in suburbs. That's a good point.
And don't stop at the gas station at night. Those are all legitimate things to consider. However, when you take that, you take the fact that that is a reality in a very, very, very tiny, small portion of the black community and then apply it to all black people. When, let's be honest, this...
Shout out to ZF supporting the show. My brother with the cash app. My bro. Listen, we need 8 people with $5 to support the show. Let's go, people. You know this is the hottest show online. Keep us going. Rock with us like we rock with you. Doesn't take but a second. You can hit the Cash app at The Real Stacey Prince, or you can hit the Super Chat down here, or the PayPal, The Real Stacey Prince. Those of you who have never supported the show, show us that you see value in the content, right? Those of you who are on Facebook, you can go down to the comments and press the star, right?
Bitch ain't going to no fucking black neighborhoods, bro. Let's get real for a second. I didn't grow up in the hood in America, but I am friends with.
Okay, he said it. He said, I didn't grow up in the hood in America. That explains a lot.
Some guys who did.
Okay.
And something I've heard.
Let me get to where I want to go. Here's where I wanted to go.
Her like she's cooking right now.
I don't see anything wrong with anything that she's saying. And
Wow.
more importantly, I guess, if
Wow.
you think about it, I do the same thing. And respectful black people do the same thing. And respectful Asians and Latino people that have a family to go home to.
No.
And things that they want to actually see in their lifetime and they want to live to tomorrow, because it's people that don't have anything to live for. And because we know that if you go into ghetto spaces inside of liberal cities, that it's a possibility that it can go left and it can go up. And for white people, it's
Shout out to B Bland in this mother effort, supporting this show like with the Cash app. I appreciate the love, most definitely. Listen, it's my motherfucking dude up in this bitch. He got me cursing up in. Shout out to Ether up in this situation. Matter of fact, my bro, keeping us going. I'm going to say this. I've done Uber during the pandemic. This is why I say this is going a little bit too far. I drove through South Central. I've had them in the car. Driving through, it's not that dangerous. Uber still exists. Lyft still exists. You think they don't move around in LA? The truth of the matter is this. Usually, people who aren't involved in something don't encounter danger for the most part. My bro Joe said, as an ethnic man of melanin, I don't avoid blacks. I avoid ninjas with the hard R. See what I'm saying? And we know who they are. We know what they look like. This is easy. No different than I'm not picking up a shabby looking. I'm not driving through a trailer trash. Well, I'll drive through there. I don't care. But I'm going to be skeptical if I see a trashy white man walking up on me. Do I have it? Let me see something. Hey, bro, listen. My bro said the homie makes $70K doing DoorDash in Compton. Fuck out of here. Bro, in COVID, I made $100,000 doing Uber. I got the tax return. So, hey, I don't know about DoorDash, but during COVID, I made $100,000 doing Uber. Seriously. I saw it every day, right? I knew it was going to be an annual lump, so I knew I was going to hit a lick. I'm like, cha-ching, right? Listen, let me touch on that real quick, because I have never really gotten to preach that. Shakina said, there's nothing wrong with the hood. There's something wrong with the hood, Shakina. Your chances of being a victim of something. See, and it's not that the people are bad. It's the conditions that they're raised up in. They're raised in conditions of lack of necessities, right? Lack of necessities will turn a decent person into a person who might try you. It's not somewhere you want to be. As you mature, you just don't want to go where you know you are possibly going to be in a bad situation. I agree. That's maturity. I don't have to. Now, but I'm not going to go to the extent. See, I'm not driving all around the 405, but when I'm not going to lose 10 minutes of travel time to not drive through South Central. What's going to happen when I drive through South Central? They going to chase me down and be busting at me? That's not happening. It's not the way that works. The trouble that comes from those neighborhoods are usually when people are remotely in those neighborhoods. It's not people who are driving through there. Listen, topic of the show, the brother is saying that Anton kind of sold out, right?
Even worse, because they see y'all as food, because now y'all have been made the enemy, and the poster child for the enemy of America has now become the heterosexual white man, and I've always said that.
Uh-oh.
Now, I will say this. I do get a different feel for Anton these days. He feels like listen, this used to be Anton Daniels to me. This is what I knew about Anton Daniels.
So at the end of the day, y'all can say whatever y'all want. Y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know my family. Y'all don't know what we have going on. And that's it.
So why are you still talking about your family?
Because I can talk if I want. I can talk if I want.
Why are you still talking about your family if it's not important?
And what you gonna do?
Because you don't got a leg to stand on, and your argument is weak.
Me from talking, so I'm gonna keep talking.
You're right.
So what now? What now? What now?
This is the truth.
What now?
See, I was really down with this type of Anton because he was moving. He was moving based on logic and things like that. What I've been seeing, listen, I reached out to Anton Daniels about 10 days ago because I saw a clip of his that I was like, that's kind of, he did his thing on that. And I was like, I told him, I said, man, next time you have a panel like this, man, let me know, man. I'd like to be on the show, right? And it's like, soon as I sent him that email, I started getting flooded online, coming across my timeline about things about Anton Daniel. This must be a different Anton Daniel. He seems...
Let me just clarify. Y'all made me obsessed with Charlie Kirk. This came out of the blue for me. I never cared for bro content like that. Nothing against what he said. I was just never interested in clicking his videos to see what he had to say. But y'all made me deep dive and go down this rabbit hole because there was no possible way that y'all seen the same video I saw and half the world rejoiced it. And I'm just sitting here like, there's no way. Immediately I'm sitting here like, bro, nobody deserved to go out like that in front of all them kids, in front of his family. And y'all rejoiced it. Y'all celebrated it.
Listen, my girl Tattoo said he definitely switched up to make money. See, because this guy, the stuff that was coming across my timeline as of the last 10 days, it doesn't feel like the Anton Daniels that I was familiar with. The feeling I get now, this is going to sound crazy because I can't describe it the way. It feels like Fox News-ish. I know that sounds weird, but he feels more, I don't know. He feels more deeply embedded in politics, like on a strong level, right? I don't know.
Do with it. So I said, bro, he must have said something. I'm missing something. I'm seeing creators that used to talk about God and is going to get on here and compromise their belief, religion, faith to celebrate death. We're talking about something that's biblical that you should never do. And folks is coming on here doing it. So I said, I got to deep dive into what he said because Is he on the status of Hitler? What am I missing? And somebody said, well, he would have did that for you. Well, I don't care. My morals would never allow me to celebrate death. Doesn't matter who it is. So the fact that you've been compromised, I have to get down to the bottom of it. And not just one person.
Okay, see, Jay Crazy said he is going down a dangerous road. Kareem said he's been bought and paid for. Listen, Rasta said he's only good on dating advice and fine. Now, I don't want to be. That's when I was rocking with him. Like this new thing, I don't know what's going on. I'm not judging him or anything, but it feels like a switch up. I just reached out to Anton Daniels, like, because I had, corresponded with him probably over a year ago. He responded back to me. Nothing ever surfaced of it, but I reached out to him just 10 days ago about some work of his that, shout out to Miss Brenda for supporting the show over here, rocking with us. My girl. The Cash App. It's like when I reached out to him, I started seeing a lot of I guess I want to say this, new version of Anton Daniels that I've like. It's crazy too. Like it was flooding my timeline.
Too many. So y'all encouraged me to go down this rabbit hole to figure out what bro has said for this hate to be sparked up or maybe revealed in a lot of people.
DY.
I'm almost satisfied. Because now I started looking into stuff and I'm like, dang, so you felt like this. Your hate and evilness has been revealed within you. But what you said, the way he said, is cap. That's not even what he said. That's not even in the full context.
I'm going to say this. You know what I'm really getting tired of? People using the word context as a scapegoat for a lot of Charlie Kirk statements. Listen, there's only so much you can do as far as misusing what somebody said with clips. There's only so much you can do. You guys aren't going to get out of any of my content that he's a racist. You know how hard it will be for you to get that context out of my content because you guys know it's not there.
So now I'm just starting to, oh, that was a lie. Oh, that was a lie. Wow. So now I don't know.
So this is really the reality of it, is that most people take talking points. Most people was not familiar with Charlie Kirk. Most of the people that are complaining about him or had something negative to say or even celebrated his passing, they had no clue what Charlie Kirk actually stood for. If they watched the full context of the videos, I'm pretty sure that they would have a better understanding of where he stood.
Me and the brother, Jeff St. James, we did a really good show the other day. I'm chopping the clips up. Kanai, what happened? Like when he was with Lapeef Network, I felt like, he was on some, holding black community accountable, just not even the black community, just moving around in logic. Listen, I reached out to his people like 10 days ago, sent an email because I saw a clip of his. I told him, I said, hey, man, I like that work that I just saw, man. Next time you have a panel, let me know, you know what I mean? So, if you're cool with it, I'll come up. And Kanai, my timelines on all my platforms, even YouTube, started getting flooded with Anton Daniels stuff that it's like a completely different individual. My girl Sweets. Listen, it seems like no shade towards him, but he just seems like there's a difference. I have not seen a lot of Anton Daniels' work since Lapeef Network. That's where I used to watch him at, right? Probably 2 years ago, things like that. Here and there, I'd see some clips of his, and we know that there's work to do in the black community. So I always agree with him on aspects like that. But there's an overwhelming plethora of content that come across my timeline it makes him still feel like, I don't know. It's like he's trying. The vibe I get from it is Fox News. That's the vibe I get from it. I want you to hear this.
Context of the videos, I'm pretty sure that they would have a better understanding of where he stood. But they basically trying to paint him to be one of the worst people in history because he was trying to stand up for traditional values, bring back people into God, hold people accountable for what it is that they did to their community.
Listen, I need Kanai to come up here. I need just for 1 second. Just for 1 second. There she goes. Look, I don't know the words. I just saw that song on Boomerang, right? Tell me how your night's going.
Oh, everything's good.
That's what I'm talking about. Listen, can I need somebody to check me? You said what?
Yeah, I'm okay. How you doing?
You know, everything is good. Everything is, life is amazing.
Hey, everybody. Hi, you got 86 people in here with only 20,000 likes. I don't understand what the problem is.
What's really
Hey,
going
Zero.
on? What's really
Zero
going on,
Man.
people?
Yeah, what's going on? Let's get the likes up. Let's tap that screen now. What's the issue? Tap the screen. Come on, y'all. Tap the screen.
Hey,
Let's get up to 30,000
YouTube.
likes. Tap
Let's
that
hit that
screen.
thumbs up button on YouTube too, y'all. Let's support the show. Let's get this algorithm going, and we'll keep this thing popping. Listen, Anton has changed to me. Like, I used to watch.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes. Yeah,
Listen, Kanai, you better pull me to the side if you ever see me. Like, you better pull me to the side for real. That stuff is dangerous.
It is. It is. I don't
know if it's money or what.
I think it's that. But we probably gonna have to, because I don't really. I listen to Anton a lot, but he comes off. I guess I'm not saying he don't make great points. He is a family man. He's married. He has children. He's been married for a long time. So I'm not saying that he doesn't have good views or anything about relationships and all the stuff that we talk about, but something about him is just different.
My brother Mike Check just killed it. Shout out to my brother Mike Check. Listen, check this out. Anton is following the playbook of Pearly Things. He started off talking dating and money, then pivoted into politics. Listen, that's something that I do. That I've not really seen that work out good for people. Like, I don't know what happens once you make that pivot.
Kevin never did it.
Exactly.
Kevin never did it.
That's a good observation too. And he never would have. He probably never would have.
Only thing Kevin did was talk about what he was talking about, and he never put his personal business out there.
Yep.
And he never talked politics. Never.
Listen, I'm telling you, I've seen it a couple of times. Like, there's something dangerous about that stuff. Like, once people do it, they look different. I don't think that they know that because I didn't see myself get 6'3.5", right? I heard my grandfather, he used to say, that boy gonna be tall, right? He used to say stuff like that. But you don't see this happening to yourself because it's happening to you. You don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
So me, having not seen Anton Daniels in quite some time since Lapeef Network, and then seeing all of this new content, it's almost like seeing two different people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, if we're gonna be real, I feel for the brother because he probably doesn't know he shifted like this. I don't know. It's got Fox News feel to it.
He knows.
You think so?
Yeah, he knows. That time is smart. He's very strategic. Any man,
You
any
could be
person,
right. You could be right.
Yeah, any person can tell when they getting big headed, and when you smelling yourself like
You're
your
right.
mama used to tell you.
You're right.
You know when you're doing that.
I'm gonna tell you why you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, I believe myself, one of my strengths to be that I'm impartial, so I can own up to a wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't start out like this. I saw a girl acting like she was all that. Like, like she was like, in order to date me, you gotta da da da. So I went way. I took time. I went way down, all the way down in her profile, and I saw pictures.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And
we'll be right back.
and I saw pictures of the real her, right, without this new makeup and stuff from some years ago. And I did the thing. Now you see it. Now this is the real her, and it went viral. It got about 3.5 million views. You know, I got like I think like 18,000 subscribers in like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And I saw a couple more people who did that, right? So I did the same thing. Can I, after about the third one, or I say the fourth one,
Thank you, little prince.
I said to myself, are you making fun of these women now? You were just trying to prove a point at first, but are you going to a place of making fun of these women now? And it didn't feel right. It just didn't feel, I didn't know if I was right or wrong, but I knew if I'm asking myself this question, maybe I'm going too far, you know, and I stopped doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you. I think there is something inside of us that lets us know when we might be going too far. You know what I mean?
Hey, Sir Broderick. Yep. Thank you.
Why don't you?
Yeah, yeah. It's changed. It's changed, but you know it happens because he is up there now, and he does make good money, and he's making other corporate money moves and stuff like that, and he just, he just, to me, even somebody else had brought something to my attention that he like goes to lunch with his coworkers all the time, and
Yeah, I heard about
you
that
got
today.
this married and all that stuff, and you be trying to, that's not a good look. And he seems like he's starting to want to exercise that,
like Kevin, them options.
yeah,
I
like,
can't substantiate that because I haven't seen it or anything, but I see a
understand
difference
that
in
you
them.
got the money in there. I'm just not one of them type of women. I'm just not. Yeah, you can't. I ain't saying I'm the best looking thing walking, but you you can't be looking anyway. Yeah,
I'm with you.
no,
I'm with you.
no, no. But it's just you feeling what you're feeling is right. So yeah, I don't think you off.
Nah, somebody said, why don't you have a conversation with him to understand his viewpoint instead of doing a show on him? It's called content creation. Content.
Yeah, get the stove hot. Get the stove hot.
My bro Ether said the conservative political pundits hit hella different. Yeah, that's. I don't never want to go down the path like that. Henry Wilson said, blah 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 blocked. Okay, you don't have to block. I'll show you what blocked is.
I don't know who this person is, who he talking to, but he getting a little hot too over here.
Hey, ZF, if they get too far out of pocket, you already know.
I know about Anton Daniels. I said I don't know about Charlie Kirk, and we're not talking about him. We're talking about Anton Daniels. And I'm not saying too much because I don't have to. I don't want to. So I'm just giving a little bit. So I already said that. We're not talking about Anton or what we don't know.
Let's keep it credible. I think I'm not. Never mind. While John Amos portrayed James Evans on Good Time, his wife was Caucasian.
Yeah, she was. He got a mixed son. His son and daughter is mixed.
Hey, sometimes the truth sometimes the truth, man, it'll throw you for a loop. Like there's reality, and then there's the reality we live in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. You knew that, Kana?
Mm-hmm. Even Cornel West ain't got no black woman. I think his wife is
No.
Cornel West's wife is white or Asian or something. They ain't black.
Okay.
Yeah, they all do that.
Listen, it ain't to be racist or anything, but I think the only time I have an issue with it is to me it seems like high levels of difficulty for a black man to marry. Some of them have found a way to. that's just my thinking. Some people, it's not that difficult to them. Some people jumped in it and ain't had no problem since. It's the history and the conversations that we have. Me, myself, I just wouldn't want to. I am not, I'll put it this way. I'm not willing to do the work that is required to make this thing, make us not ever have any historical head bumps. I can't, because you know me. I'm going to talk. I'm going to view my opinions. I'm very passionate about my community, and who I am would probably offend my woman sometimes and things like that, because I'm going to go hard, and I'm not going to put a blanket over who I am, because there's work that needs to be done in the Black community. In order for the work to be done, I have to really be the true essence of who I really am, and I have to be able to be vocal about it without you, wondering how I feel. No, what I'm telling you is, this is another thing that we had on the show. We was talking about, Charlie Kirk used to say that white privilege doesn't exist. And listen, these people here can tell you, I was on his top. I was looking up his tour dates. I was going to square off with him. Like, I was looking up the tour dates and everything. Just so happened at the time that he was nowhere near the West Coast. But I just hate that these were young kids he was going at, like, because it tripped me out that they didn't have answers for these questions. Like, well, what is it that he would say that there's no such thing as white privilege. If there is, name something that a white man can do that you can't. And these kids would be stuck there like, well, you got a point. And I'm like, I can't get in trouble to the same degree that you can get in trouble. If I get caught with that white substance and you get caught with that white substance and we both have the same criminal record, I am in a lot more trouble than you. Like, this thing is real. This privilege thing, it's not some type of...
Just like classic men say all the time, privilege is invincible to those that have it. It's so blind to them, they don't even see when they got it. They just, you know what I mean? It's just like a woman that you just a woman.
It is her normal.
You don't really see the man's side. Neither do
Right.
you care to see it. So I don't really care to see what you live, what your experience is. I'm from the outside looking in. You ain't like me, but at the same time, they actually think that we take from them. So
Anton is saying that on this very clip that we are on right now. He's about to say it in his next words, like, the white man is the most racially profiled man. Like, hey, what is he said? I'm telling you, listen to this. Like,
to stand up for traditional values, bring back people into God, hold people accountable for what it is that they did to their communities, take people out of the Victim Olympics, and have honest, meaningful debate on student campuses that endeared him to younger people, that brought them back into the Republican fold. And
see, okay, and some of the clips that I saw of this new version, well, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm saying it's new to me, because the old Anton I used to watch, it wasn't like this. It has a feel that he is on a mission to recruit more blacks to be Republicans. It's what it feels like. It's what it sounds like. You know what I mean? With me, I don't care. I don't care about any of that. I don't care about Democrats. I don't care about any of that stuff. I believe in right or wrong, right? I'm an independent thinker. I don't even believe that black people have a business voting. I believe we need a panel of 7 of our own people to lead us out of our own personal darkness. This stuff doesn't typically benefit us, and so I don't know, but it sounds like, let me see something.
Got them away from the indoctrination camp that was happening over at the left. And then they followed all of their leaders right down into the mire with all of this false propaganda in order to try to assassinate his name. That's what the devil does. He allows for you, or he plants the seed through other people that you tend to admire, that don't have a clue of what they're talking about, and you just follow right down into the rabbit hole. And this is why you have to be careful of who it is.
Yeah, this last clip that we showed, he was talking about the white man is the most racially profiled man in America. I have to ask myself, does he really believe that, or is this part of his? I don't know, but
well, they get bought on them YouTube channels. When you start blowing up like Kendra G, I have some questionable things about her too. starting to allow the community over there to come on in with the matching up men with other men and both, all that foolishness. When you that's why Kevin had to go
Right.
because he wasn't allowing none of that. Kevin was just who he was. I miss him so much because he stood for something. He spoke what he wanted to say. You wasn't gonna change. He wasn't changing it. It's just who he was,
Right.
and he was strong enough to handle that limelight. He was
I
strong
agree.
enough to handle the plateau where he, the status of what he had, and he didn't allow people to just tear it down. He stood on it. So I don't know if he was headed that way, but I can tell you this: he was doing a little bit too much for what he did do, and that was enough to get to go and take him up out of here. I don't believe everything that these people present to us. I know we talk about the Charlie Kirk situation and we talk about the George Floyd situation, all that stuff, but I'm a little different on my views on that stuff. I don't believe in these people.
I agree.
Okay,
I believe they've given us
I
every
don't.
incentive not to believe them.
Yes, it's all in plain sight, But you just gotta be able to pay attention. But that's another show, another time. But that's just me. I don't believe everything they put out there. I don't.
For Photos 21 said the poorest white man has $1 million in whiteness. That's a fact.
That's
So
right.
there was like, see, because Charlie Kirk is a highly intelligent man. He read upwards of 100 books a year. So I don't
And my
know.
melanin is worth more than that. And you feel me? But
That brother started a great conversation. Who's he talking about?
mm
You got anything else for me? Can I?
I mean, you brought me up here to say, ask me some questions. I don't know. I'm good. I heard you talking about you know, and I was like,
It
mm-mm.
just threw me for a loop because you got to think my last, like, rocking with them mentally was like Lapeef Network, and that was completely different than this thing that I'm seeing. You know what I mean? This thing reeks of like recruiting and yeah, but I don't ever have to worry about that. Like, I will intentionally not date certain people just so as to not have to compromise who I am because I know who I am. You see what I'm saying? I have some things that I need to work on and things like that, but I have a mission, right? I have a
Yes.
mission, and that mission has become so valuable it has been deemed so valuable to me to where it is worthy of my sincerest. You know what I mean? So,
Think
I feel
people
what you were saying about Kevin. The same thing. Like,
think people we like know your weak spot, you know? Don't ignore your weak spot. You just got to know what your weak spot is. And I think that when you lose sight of what that is, then that's when you can be sucked in. And I
I
think
agree.
that's what's happened to the brother that you're talking about.
Listen,
That's what I think.
I had a
hmm
cousin. Shout out for Reggie for the cash app, my brother. I haven't been home in years. So the brothers
Okay.
came out here, right? They came out here. I met them up in Vegas or whatever. This
hmm
is my closest, my closest cousin. Now think, I haven't
hmm
seen him in years.
hmm
Kanai, when I seen him, now they've been with him, so it's probably not as shocking to them. But when I seen him, I said, "Nigga, look how big you done got." Right?
mm
It's because I hadn't seen him in years. And it was
mm
the same Kanai. When I came across this, I don't want to keep calling it the new Anton stuff, but that's the impact it had on me because the last I was familiar with it was Lapeef Network, when he was kind of talking about the things we were talking about when he was having Kevin on the show, the late, great Kevin
Yeah.
Samuels on the show.
Yeah.
Now, this
Yes.
new thing coming across my time, I'm like, oh, this seems like a different person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 I know. And it just started like right after. It seemed like it was gradual, but like right around when Trump got in there. I don't know. And I ain't got nothing against Trump, but I'm just saying that's when I started seeing it for real.
I'm going to say this to you. I don't care. I say what I want to say. Those of you
Mm,
who don't like it, hey, you know how this show rolls. I didn't vote for Trump, but I did feel like, like, man, the black people been rocking with Democrats for so long, and I just felt like, shake that thing up. Just do whatever. Do whatever. Do anything other than Democrats. Shake this thing up, and let's see what happens. So I didn't vote for Trump, but I mentally took myself to a place where I supported, like, okay, now let's see what he can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
We look like we in a really bad place right now. I'm talking about racial violence and it looks really bad right now. Like they Colin
They're
Copeland.
trying to pull us into it though.
I agree. What makes Anton a coon, Zero? I'm just curious.
Well, for one, he's I don't deride black Republicans just because they're Republicans. It's how they handle it. And he capes for white people.
He kind of does. Listen, I'm just now seeing this side of him. Somebody sent me this. The Anton I know used to talk like these shows like we talk on Lapeef Network. The clips I just saw recently, it seemed like it's two different people. Like it seems like he's recruiting black people for the Republican Party or something. He is like he has no sympathy or empathy for black people. And I'm not saying we deserve any sympathy or empathy, but the way he's talking about us, it's like animals. Can't be trusted. I don't know. I liked him. I rocked with him when he was speaking. I like logic. I like intellectual conversations and, people who can pull wisdom out of the air and things like that. And that's what I used to know him for. Used to have some good conversations like this show right here. And it seemed like he seems more like a politician now. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I don't like the way he. I agree with you. I don't like the way he capes for white folks and has an excuse for white people. I agree. Will not argue that point at all. But I will say this: he's married to a black woman. He flirts with other black women. So it's not. It's
a little
not
disrespectful.
Very disrespectful. Not a little. I was trying to skate over that, but you caught that. So I think he more aligns like with you. Like, now I'm not saying you're him. I'm just saying you get on here and you spit the truth. You say you hate black nigga. You be going hard in the paint on black folks. On not all black folks.
I believe some need to be enslaved.
But see what I'm saying? I wouldn't even go that far, but you be going hard in the paint like Dennis Rodman. So I think he goes hard in the paint, but it gets misconstrued because, like you said, he capes for the white man. He says the most persecuted person in America is a heterosexual white man.
That's crazy to me, bro. And we over here, a lot of black people right now fear that there's gonna be a race war, and so, in my opinion, he's too intelligent. So if we know that a person is intelligent but still makes a statement like that, there has to be an agenda behind the statement. You know what I mean? So, and when you hear me talk like this, y'all know it's coming from me. Y'all know I'm not caping for nobody. Y'all know nobody has given me a significant amount of money. I'm going in on the black community because I want y'all to do better. I'm going in on the black community because I think I can fix some things substantially. I'm going to amass the money. I'm going to fix some things substantially. Just, unfortunately, everybody's not called to be a part of it. You know what I mean? I also tell you guys the amazing things about black people. I also provide solutions. Yeah. Listen, you can go nowhere. You can go nowhere on my Instagram or nothing and not see to where I'm not also providing a solution. Or it might be, you might hear me saying something like today's clip. A woman who has 3 plus children only qualifies for a man who occasionally cheats. Okay, that might sound harsh, but once I break it down and help you understand, because a woman left her dude for cheating. You got 3 kids, you gonna leave him? What you think is waiting on you out there? You see what I'm saying? Now somebody can read the caption and be like, crazy. But as they hear me talk about it, okay, it makes sense. Maybe it is my best option to stay with my baby daddy, because then I'm going to get out there and get cheated on by a nigga who I don't know, who don't love my kids. See, that's what I try to, well, not what I try to do. It's what I do. Now, I don't see the new content I've seen, that's what I'll put it, the new content that I've seen of Anton lately. It don't seem like no teaching is involved, just condemnation.
Well,
I have an issue with that.
Here's the other thing. he gives black Democrats all the smoke, and I ain't gonna lie. When he does, they deserve it. But he does not do that to black Republicans ever.
I don't think no Republican does.
Right.
I don't think we need to be a part of any of that.
Democrats don't give Democrats smoke either. Like black Democrats, they ain't got no smoke for Jasmine Crockett, and she need all the fucking smoke.
I know the Democratic Party is the worst party. I mean, I'm not even. I don't like when people say that. I don't like when people say the Democrats or those Republicans. I think I don't think we should do that because that's like gangbanging. But I will say, man, all of the things that the Democrats stand for and promote, they are all of the things that the Bible is against. No joke about it.
I'm just pointing out how he covers things. He never has no smoke for black Republicans when they fuck up.
I could go for that.
Do fuck up.
I could go for that. I mean,
That's
I don't think he would speak out against Trump either. Like, I can't speak on that. I can't speak on that. I'm just saying what I see now.
He be all over Trump's eggplant.
I think the reason that people support this show, there is no side. We go more towards the bar of logic, truth, facts.
The side of this show is the black side.
What?
It is what it is. The side of this show is this show is about fixing the black community.
Well, but see, the dating information and the things that we talk about, those apply to everybody. I think the reason you hear us talking about the black community so much is because we're in a lot of trouble, man. We like, and we're black. If we talked about white people the way we talk about black people, we would be no better than Charlie Kirk.
I was just getting ready to say.
And that's the issue I had with Charlie Kirk. It's the issue that I had with him. Like, listen. It's visible that black people want to do better. It's visible. You know how we know? We got shows tearing each other to pieces about our behavior. That can only come from wanting to do better. But I never heard Charlie Kirk talking about I did a show on it and pulled the stats up. I never heard him talking about the serial unaliving, right? The church, like those things need attention. Now, those things are taking place now. People can't even worship without being in fear. People leery about sending their kids to school. You're not going to say nothing about that? Listen, leave the black community alone. We working on that. We're at least condemning each other. Now, if I see you here and there condemning your community about this and that, listen, there's a show that I'm about to release the clip. Some of you may not be familiar with him. Ask a Brother podcast. Jeff St. James. This dude is lit, right? I want to suggest to you guys something. We had a conversation. It was private. I got 2-hour show that I'm chopping up after this show. His surmise was he doesn't believe Charlie Kirk was a racist. He believes he was a grifter, that he used racial tones in order to further his agenda and things like that. We don't know if he was a grifter, using racial, going at a race to increase views and put him in a certain place. We don't know if he was going to say, okay, this is not me. I'm going to stop this and that. We don't know what he was going to do. But here's what I suggested. If that's true, that he wasn't racist and he was a grifter for an agenda, listen, that means that this brother potentially cheated himself out of true, authentic, legitimate greatness. Because imagine if he really did project some type of true care and concern for the black community and sometimes say some of the things that could, fix the black, show some real genuine concern. Listen, do you know that the uproar that you're seeing and the people who miss him right now would be magnified and amplified to even the black community? Now, I'm not talking about the sellouts and things like that. Even the black community. This entire country would have mourned that man's death. But now instead, because he decided to grift some, there's millions of black, white, Asian, and Latino people who believe that he was a man of hate.
Well,
Okay,
let
so
this
if
be
he
a
cheated
cautionary
himself out of
tale.
greatness, how intelligent was he?
It's a valid point. I definitely agree. Mike Check. Listen, Mike Check. Where do you lean on? Like, what do you think? You think you're a strong right? What do you think you are?
By virtue of my beliefs, a strong right? No, but I lean more conservative, just based on what the Bible says.
I'm telling you, man. I'm so disappointed in black people, man. It's sickening, man. It's sickening. Y'all sitting here watching these people shove a man putting his mushroom tip in another man's booty, and you swear up and down you the most religious people. I just don't understand it, man. That's their whole agenda. Hey, put your mushroom tip in another man's mouth. It's like that's the whole agenda. Nothing good comes out of this.
Hey, you gotta say pause after all that.
For real, what you say? No Diddy.
You gotta pause, no Diddy, something.
Like I'm astounded that how can't we hear that we're being told to support wrong? Listen, Mike, give me your opinion on that. Do you believe the Democrats think that that's wrong? And I don't like using Democrat, Republican, but I'm saying most blacks are Democrats. Do you believe that they think, or do you think they even know what they're hearing? Or do you think that they even know that the Democratic Party is the pusher of the alphabet community? You think? What's your thoughts?
No, I think the Democratic Party holds a sentimental part in the black community's heart, and whatever.
Granny used to be a Democrat.
Yeah, it's tradition. Tradition is so strong, from holidays to religion to ideologies. Tradition is strong. So if, like you say, if Granny and Grandma and Mama and great grandpa, if they were voting Democrat, they don't care.
You're right.
They don't care what the policies are. So they'll turn a blind eye to morality issues to get behind something that's, I don't know, that's like I said, I'm like you. I'm neutral. I'm totally neutral. You know where I stand on this. But to answer your question, you're right. If I was to crack the Bible open and go law for law, principle for principle, you would say that I'm a conservative just based on my beliefs. So I mean that's just what it is.
See, we are people who we are identity politicians. Like whoever could say the thing that, if you say, got me fucked up, oh man, you'll get all black votes. You say something like that, you'll get all black votes. Kamala Harris just went on a thing and, she said, they want us to believe that we crazy, but them motherfuckers crazy. You can hear the people erupt in applause.
She ain't black either.
I don't care what she is. I know she's not qualified. I know that much.
But one thing I've always said, and I mean always said, ever since I was probably like 25 years old, was that if Republicans weren't so fucking racist, they'd run this country.
I agree.
Because
their politics are correct.
Conservative. Because black people are way more conservative than white people give us credit for.
I agree.
And if they drop their racism bullshit, they'd have.
I agree.
They'd have 2/3 of this country's vote. Easy.
I agree. But man, you can't not be who you are.
Oh, facts.
I'm grateful for it. To be honest, I'm grateful for it. You know what I mean?
If it was a fifth, we'd all be fucked up. I'm just saying, we'd be drunk as hell. I'm just saying, if that was the case, they'd actually have they probably have 2/3 of the country's vote.
Hey people, I'm about to go ahead and wrap it up, man. I'm up here sweating like I've been playing basketball, man. You got anything else for me?
You need to say no Diddy more and answer your phone.
Diddy. I got you. Man, I've been saying for like 2 weeks I'm trying to get this sleep pattern. Man.
Did you get those supplements I told you to get?
Man, I ain't been out there.
Man, you better order them from Amazon.
Ain't seen no sun, no nothing, man. But I'm on it. Hey, people, we're about to rock on up out of here. I appreciate you guys for rocking with us and showing support to the show. And we are out of here if we're nothing else. Guys, be cool.
For sure. Hey, Stacy, I'm gonna call you in like 5 minutes.
All right, hit me.
All right.
All right, bro. Cool, bro.
Be safe, stay there.
Shout out to Robert up in this situation, rocking with us. You know what it is. We about up out of here, people.
like that again. You hear me? Huh? Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. She belongs to the streets. Tragic. Tragic.
Next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up, yeah?
My doctor has notified me that I'm morbidly obese.
You can't handle the truth.
Goodbye.
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
What kind of stupid ass question is that?
Many have wondered why Satan was played by a woman in The Passion of the Christ.
Can't believe you say no fucking shit like that.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers does not like you.
Goodbye.